What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of How To Subaru. I'm going to do a quick video on how to do the oil pan gasket on basically any Subaru motor. Pretty simple. Alright, let's get into it. Now obviously I have this engine out of the car, so it's going to be a lot easier for me. If this was in the car, you would have to jack up the engine a little bit, undo the mounts, just to get these rear bolts on the pan. So basically to start, you're going to want to just take off all the bolts. They're 10 millimeter. A good trick is to leave one bolt in, so when you break the pan loose of the seal, you don't drop it. Here I'm going to use a wedge and a mallet, try to get underneath the pan. Once you get it to lift up a little bit, move to a different corner. Once you're sure it's loose all the way around, go ahead and take out that bolt. It should come off. And there you have it. And as you see, this person who last did this seal only used gray RTV. That's what I prefer to do as well. But this one was leaking for sure. There was oil in between the seal right there. So yeah, pretty simple. Now that you have your pan out, you're going to want to start cleaning up this seal. I like to start with a plastic scraper. After you get the majority of it with the plastic scraper, I like to use a little wire brush, a copper one, or not copper, brass one, to get the last little bits. After you're done with the wire brush, go ahead and use some brake cleaner on it. Now that the pan is clean, you can go ahead and start cleaning up the block side. Big chunks like this, I just try to get with my hands, peel it off. Tends to be a lot easier if you can get it in a chunk. After using the plastic scraper, I use a razor to clean up the last bits on here. Just be very gentle not to gouge the surface. To get my razor right here, I need to remove the oil pickup, which is these 3 bolts, 10 millimeter. There's an O-ring in here. Be careful of the screen when you take it out. After you're done with the razor, go ahead and clean it up with some brake clean. Once you have both the pan and the block clean, you're ready to put the gasket maker on there. I use gray RTV. This one right here, ultra gray Permatex. And the line you want to follow, so you go in the middle of this groove here, and then when you go around the bolt holes, I like to go on the inside of them. Don't just go over, because you want the gasket to be on the inside to seal the oil. If you do it right over, you might have a chance of a leak right at the bolt hole. But before I do that, I'm going to give it a once over with a microfiber. Just make sure there isn't anything left on the surface and it's totally clean. Once you got the gasket on there, we're ready to put it on the block. Make sure you put this back. Almost forgot, as you can see I was about to put it on. When you put the pan on, I start with the top bolt. I held it on the socket as I put it on. Just to line it up. And then I just go crisscross, put them in by hand, and then when you tighten them down you want to do the same thing so that you get an even compression on the gasket. Alright guys, that wraps it up. I'd wait about 24 hours before putting any oil in it and running it. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't leak and lasts a long time. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.